clicking to test our sound to last longer than it does. Like it starts a little metronome. Da, 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 da.
I can make the metronome.
And I want it to like.
It can keep going the entire time if you want.
Makes me really happy. Yeah, I definitely can't talk over
So
it.
I would say you the
Metronome.
metronome. Okay, all right. Anyways, all right. Welcome back to Blank Explain to You. My name is Wes Allen, and your name
You heard
is
it here, guys.
Your name is.
My name is Drew.
Okay. Oh, I had something to say about being Wes Allen. Oh, sorry for the hiatus. It's been a couple weeks.
Do you have a vlog show by chance?
Dude, that's the dumbest. I'm sorry to everybody that calls it that. But people all the time call it the Wes Allen Vlog Show. I don't. There was a song that somebody sang in it, like Chase Little Battle, at Encore sang.
Like name drop first and last.
Sorry, and he still lives in Atlanta. He did it right, and it's fine, it's funny, it was great content. But how everybody calls it this Wes Allen Vlog Show. I'm like, dude, that's just not what it is.
Yeah.
It's so much different than that.
Misrepresented.
Better than that.
It's crazy. It's almost like you put vlogs on a YouTube channel as a show, didn't you?
A show?
Yeah.
I would not call that a show.
I wouldn't either.
All right. Yeah, it's weird.
That was a good lead up into speaking of shows.
Speaking of shows, speaking of podcasts, it's been a while, but I don't really have a good excuse.
We're just
We just didn't do it.
lazy.
For 3 weeks.
Busy.
We've
been busy.
We have been pretty busy. I wanted to keep doing it though.
Yeah, I mean,
If this gets 1 million views, we'll keep doing it.
if this gets a single listen, it's me.
If this gets a listen that's not somebody we know. That's the thing. I watch videos sometimes like how to grow your podcast, how to grow this, that. Like, watch your analytics, do all these things. I'm like, but nobody's watching our show that doesn't know us. You know what I mean? Give me the viewers that don't know us that are watching it.
Just like the one random person who accidentally clicked our podcast.
That's what I need. I mean, I guess I don't know. You get 80 views every time. It's kind of tough to know, you know? Yeah. I think we could grow. Well, I found this tool, right? This AI tool I was telling you about, dude. I think it's going to change the game. I think we can go viral.
I think what we need for our, 9 listeners is, names. So we know if we get someone new. It's not like it's a lot of people.
If you're listening, comment below.
We don't have a single comment.
First, last, address, and social. Okay?
Oh.
Thanks. I'm looking for a new
Zip
one.
code.
I'm looking for a new one. So, yeah, we're gonna talk about TV shows a little bit, and it's favorites. What makes a good TV show? Kind of all those,
And really, really bad shows.
and really, really bad shows. So, first off, what is the worst show in history that you've ever watched? The Wes Allen Vlog Show. Walked into that one.
I don't know. I don't really. I try to forget bad shows. I know some shows are overrated.
Well, also, I don't know if I've ever really watched a bad show all the way through. I just don't watch
bad
it.
movies. I've gotten through some bad movies because it's an hour of
Maybe a
time.
day out.
That's fantastic.
Sorry.
Okay, let's start with worst movie.
Okay, worst movie. I don't know.
There was one about a flying elephant who flew out of. It wasn't Dumbo,
I said Dumbo.
but it flew out of the zoo to go be with this little girl because she raised it or something, and they'd put it back in the zoo because it couldn't live with them, and then he would fly out of the zoo again and go be with her.
Okay.
And it was bad.
I mean, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to pull up my Letterboxd here. It has all the worst movies I've seen.
There's definitely
But I can't watch it. I can't find it.
Letterboxd is good.
Oppenheimer was good.
Yeah.
But that's not. Yeah. So, anyways, best TV show. What's one of your favorite TV shows, bro?
Mindhunter's really good for a serious show. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia is my favorite sitcom. And
Is that technically a sitcom?
Yeah, it's making fun of sitcoms.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Isn't the whole thing supposed to make fun of Friends?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
really
yeah. Go ahead.
good show that has that guy in it from
AP Bio.
from
It's Always Sunny.
It's Always Sunny. Yeah, AP Bio. It's so funny.
Yeah.
I know
it's
you
a
said
good
you
show.
never finished it, right?
Now that I was watching episode by episode from some
Yeah,
Korean website.
It's finished now. It's on Peacock. It was hilarious. It was just
Yeah.
and it was the perfect because the what I don't like about It's Always Sunny is there's no real story,
Yeah.
and there's just no. I don't really care about any of the characters at all.
Yeah.
It's funny and it's whatever, but it's I don't really know how there's 12 seasons of it. I guess
Yeah. It's fair.
So I don't know. it's fun. But that's what I liked about AP Bios is hilarious, but also especially later on, like the characters are all developed more, and like you cared about the teacher, and things like that is just something that I would like more if Us Always Sunny had that,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's definitely not like a continuity or development show. I'm sure there's a lot
Community?
of issues. Community was a good show.
Good show.
Okay, what was your favorite show?
I don't know. Honestly, How I Met Your Mother just has like a place in my heart. I don't know if it's like necessarily the highest quality show by any means, but I think it's very nice because it has what I like about like sitcoms, that sort of funny, just weird nature, but also I feel like it's one of the few sitcoms that actually has a lot of more serious stuff in it,
Yeah.
And it's not always about the joke, and sometimes they have seriously to make a joke, and I hate that. But it's very good because it has a lot of these like scenes in it that are very impactful and serious, and just or just like trying to actually do something about these characters you care about.
Yeah.
Or I feel like other ones that I don't even watch a lot of like Friends or Seinfeld or anything, but from my understanding, it's more just funny and whatever.
Sure.
It's not really, very serious. So that's what I like about that one. It's very nice, and you care about the characters a lot.
Yeah.
I think Community is really funny, but it's kind of similar. I think there's not a lot of story in it, but there is enough
development. Like it definitely, you could tell like in season 1, 2, like there's a differentiation between the seasons to an extent. Like if you watch It's Always Sunny, the only difference in
It's the high quality.
is the budget they put into their camera, because it was 2006 when they like filmed it on whatever all by themselves, and 2016 when they had a lot of money. So
Yeah.
that's it. That's how season like 11 through 13. I don't know the difference.
right.
I can't figure it out. So
Right.
yeah,
I like Community is cool because it like you're saying, kind of there's like a difference.
there's a little development. Yeah,
There's like development. There's like enough development that you care about the characters, and it does a good job. But also, it's okay with like making fun of itself and just doing
Sure.
like absurd things that
Yeah.
aren't really realistic, but they're hilarious. And
Right.
like the paintball games that they have are
Yeah.
It's obviously really fun episodes, but it's not super serious or realistic or
Right.
anything. Or even like the mock seriousness of those episodes are really funny.
Yeah.
How serious everyone takes it and stuff.
right.
But those are good shows. Another one I really enjoy is Doctor Who, actually, which I don't know, it's a little nerdy. That might be why,
A little.
dude. Yeah, a lot. I'm not a Whovian, I swear. So this is what they call people that like them. I mean, I don't know what they call them. It's so crazy. What do they call them? Probably dumb idiots or something crazy. It's fun because it is okay. The first first 4 seasons of the newer stuff is kind of whatever. Again, there's not really a continuation throughout each season. It's just sort of each season's its own throwaway thing. But later on, there's a lot more story, and like the overall seasons have everything connects together, and like it works your brain in a fun way, which I enjoy.
Right.
So I like that one. Wouldn't say it's like the greatest show ever, but I don't know. I'm trying to think of other shows I like.
Did you watch Psych?
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
a good show.
very fun.
It had like enough of a story that you like kind of care. Really,
Right.
just like relationship between the people kind of like mattered a little bit. But it's funny and enjoyable. I liked Psych a lot. The old BBC Robin Hood was good.
Yeah, I remember
was a
you
good
showing me that a
show.
couple times.
Yeah.
A good one. I honestly think one of the greatest shows, like just how good it is and well done and story and everything, is Ted Lasso, which it's a very popular show too. So
Yeah.
it's like it kind of feels weird to say that, but like it's
No,
true.
for sure.
I really think that it's like. Have you seen any of it?
Yeah, the first season.
When?
Or 2. When we lived together.
Yeah, you watched it with me.
Yeah, I watched by myself.
What?
We might have watched some together, but I watched it
Oh,
by
really?
myself after you did.
Oh, I
You
didn't know
finished
that.
it, and then I went back.
I never finished. I got through like a season and a half or so, and then I just got
and I think
busy
I
and
just
didn't finish
one,
it.
So
So then Kaylee and we actually have the last episode to watch tonight. So,
Nice.
but it's I think the perfect like sort of funny, but also very serious, and it tackles some like pretty serious matters, especially
Yeah.
And like later, I think it's in season 2 when I don't know, he like has some like mental health issues and like panic attacks and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that. So it must have been season 2. But like it starts to develop these more like serious thing, and this guy's going through a divorce, but he's also really positive. Like all these things are like affecting everybody, and the like football players are very like just everything about it. I feel like is very good because it's like super funny, right?
Yeah.
And it's also like sometimes like the football players don't like take themselves seriously at all. It's like this super fun show, but also super serious at the same time, and it's almost like I feel like that's what I like about How I Met Your Mother. It kind of like dares itself to be serious,
Yeah.
which I don't think most sitcoms or comedy shows
Sure.
they don't want to do that because they're scared it's going to go bad,
Yeah.
So I think Ted Lasso is awesome because it's super funny. It's like a higher quality version of How I Met Your Mother almost. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like not dumb like in sometimes How I Met
Right.
Your Mother is, but it has that comedy that you like enjoy watching and laughing, but also like you're crying at the next scene because it's like a super serious and well thought out show. I think a show that makes itself be done and doesn't like go, we're just gonna keep doing this until we get canceled, is a really good show.
Oh, yeah. 3 to 5 seasons should be done with any show.
Yeah, it's like Ted Lasso. Like they could have probably kept going for years, but they were like, no, we're done on season 3.
3. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they released the third season this past year, and that's it.
Yeah. Good.
So
They
like,
should. I mean, yeah.
it sucks because you like love it, you know what I mean? But you also like, yeah, it makes sense. I was
Yeah.
kicking the horse down the road,
Right.
kicking the dead horse.
Yeah. There's some shows I wish they'd continue a little longer. Mindhunter.
Mindhunter. But also, I think Mindhunter
They
isn't
wrote
it?
that 4 or 5 seasons though.
Is that
So
more?
it should've-
So is Mindhunter more like? I don't know. How's it kind of? What is
Um,
it? What's it like?
So hold on.
Mr. Tired Pants, Mr. Tired Pants.
So Mindhunter is based on the book and FBI agent John Douglas, who's in the show called Holden Ford, started this like behavioral science unit in.
Did
the
John
FBI.
Douglas start it?
John Douglas did, yes.
So why didn't they
In
just?
the because they take things from 2 different agents that they put into one character because a few of the things they had Holden Ford do, there's probably like 3 things total in 2 seasons that were from someone else.
Right.
They didn't like miscredit it.
Right.
So they made it one character. So pretty much John Douglas and his friend, I don't remember his name.
Frankfurt. No.
What?
Frankfurt. I don't know. I was making it up. I have no idea, bro. I'm just suggesting. You never know.
Actually, wait, no, Hank is the guy from Breaking Bad.
I didn't say
it
Hank.
might just be Bill.
I said Frank.
I know, but I was thinking, it might have been Hank, but no, that's
Yeah.
it. Anyway, it might be Bill.
Yeah.
It's Bill and Holden Ford. And pretty much they just start this behavioral science unit, and they want to study serial killers and kind of learn like what's going on. They learn how to criminally profile them based on the behaviors and stuff, and it's really interesting if you are me. I'm very aware that it might not be the general public's favorite show ever,
Yeah.
but I really enjoy how accurate it was to what was really done. It's based on a true story, all of it, and they really stuck to it. Mark Olshaker was one of the people who wrote the book. Like, FBI just says, hey, I want to write a book. Mark helps with that. Make it more like a fun book.
Yeah.
Cause
Right.
And then he helped with like the script and stuff. And then David Fincher, which you probably don't know as a director, directed the show.
He was a tough director, right?
Yeah. Do you know like the girl with the dragon tattoo? Okay.
It sounds familiar. About
Yeah,
I've
like
never
it
watched
just does really well with it. But they would spend, 90 hours on an episode filming, just for an hour episode.
You mean scene?
No, 90 hours on an episode.
I feel that's not very much.
Oh, well.
Well, think
Is
it.
it not? Yeah, but
Wait,
it's
I
still,
thought it was like I saw they spent like 80 hours a week or something crazy.
You can check.
I'm
I
gonna
don't know.
check. Because like a movie, they'll spend like 150 days filming like a 2.5 hour movie.
Sure.
You know? How many hours
I don't know.
did
I'm about to fact check me. This is gonna be
spend
embarrassing.
on an episode of Criminal? No, what is it called?
Mindhunter.
Criminal Minds. Yeah, Mindhunter. Shot 75 takes out of one. What? It's okay. David Fincher shot a 9-minute take 75 times.
Holy cow.
So that's one.
That'd be a pain.
We worked in it 8.5.
Sounds like
Oh,
working
so-
with Wes Allen, doesn't it?
Yes. David Fincher, the director of the films Gone Girl, Seven, Mindhunter. Oh, he's the executive producer of House of Cards. Oh, interesting.
What?
What?
You should give a lot of real words there.
I said he was the executive producer
Okay.
of House of Cards.
There you go.
Ah, shut up. FBI production. Trusted Eric. I don't care about Eric. And they shot on a Red Dragon camera. In case you were interested. I don't get. Okay, I can't find it. You're right, Drew.
Yep. Whatever I said was true. Don't Google it. I tricked Google into saying I'm
I don't
right.
even know if you can find it on Google. Let's be real.
Anyway, they did a lot of work on it, and they did a very good job with it. And I enjoyed the cinematography. Fantastic.
Yeah.
The show writing. Fantastic. They changed it up enough that like you stayed interested, but it kept the story well enough. And like there wasn't really a lot of funny parts,
Yeah.
but the seriousness was sometimes like more. It was like moments of intriguing and then moments of seriousness.
Yeah.
Instead of funny and serious. So, yeah, they did well. The guy who played Ed Kemper was really good.
Yeah, it looked like an interesting. I think they, from what I've seen of it, which isn't a lot, like the director is great, and then also the actors seem to do a very good job portraying the characters, very
Yeah.
believably.
But kind of how you talked like they did mental health. Like he had a lot of issues like panic attacks and stuff, and they showed that well. How he actually almost died. He had like a fever of 106, I think, and like passed out. Woke up in a hospital, and like his brain almost boiled itself. Like
What the
just
heck?
wild stuff. But he's trying to work 103 cases at a time
Yeah.
by himself. So
He's
just like
thinking too
kind
hard.
of showing that like stress is gonna kill you kind of thing.
Yeah.
A little bit of that, but also how important the work was that was done. And now they have like 6 different districts just to cover the work that he used to do.
Right.
With it's probably even larger now. That was in the 90s, so
Yeah.
it was good. It was interesting. You can learn a lot from it. And if you never go into criminal profiling, you learned a lot of nothing useful, but it was fun.
Yeah.
So.
Interesting. Yeah, I think that seems like a good show. I think Breaking Bad, similar to that.
Yeah.
It's very, very. Is also. I mean, oftentimes I've heard it called like the best TV show ever.
Yeah.
But I think it has a. It's very well thought out. I feel like,
Yeah.
and the drama is very well done.
I think with Breaking Bad, it seems like they planned all five or six, depending what
yeah.
you call it, because they did half season, then a continued half more. They released them separately, so they call it 6, but it is 5.
Oh,
seasons.
gotcha.
Anyway, it seems like they planned out all 5 seasons from the beginning, and it wasn't like, how are we going to wrap this up?
Right, how's this person do
like
this?
Game of Thrones or something, how it's like
Right.
pretty known to be like, all right, everything we talked about forever, 1 episode, 13 minutes, and it's over.
Yeah. Right.
What?
They're all
Like,
dead.
I've
yeah.
heard that it's terrible.
Right.
So it wasn't like that. It seems like it was very well thought out throughout
Right.
the whole time.
The biggest downfall. It's so gritty.
Biggest downfall is Skylar.
Yeah, that's true too.
Like,
So did you watch Better Call Saul?
no.
My parents love it.
Really?
Yeah. Well, they watched Breaking Bad. They're saying thing. It's really gritty, But
I don't know. I don't think it's that gritty.
it's honestly the first 2 seasons are whack. Really they have a whole scene where they dissolve a body in acid, but they don't fully dissolve it. So there's just body matter flying around on. You know what I mean? Do you remember that? Like when the bathtub falls through the floor.
Yeah.
It's just gross. It's fine. It's just gross. I think
Yeah.
later on, what I've been seeing too, it's been a lot better.
You see Walt in his undies a lot.
And that's something I don't want to see ever again.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
He's wearing whitey tights. Like, dude,
Whitey Teddy.
just get the man He does not need to wear whitey tights. Get the man
If your name's literally Walter White, what do you expect?
This is true. He had to. This is true. It's good. I think. Yeah, I feel like people like Better Call Saul a lot because it's like this same really really good writing, just in
Yeah.
a sort of different
Yeah.
fashion.
Did you watch El Camino?
No,
Really? Did you finish Breaking Bad yet?
no.
It's been like 6
Is
years.
El Camino that movie?
Yeah.
The Breaking Bad movie.
Yeah.
Breaking Bad the movie.
Where are you at in the show?
Season. You have to look. I don't know. It's on your Netflix, bro. And I don't have Netflix anymore because they kicked me off.
That's true.
I want to finish it. I don't know. I have a hard time just sitting through and watching it.
I feel like to get a 5-star quality of that show, you have to binge it.
Yeah.
Like if I didn't watch an episode or two like every night for weeks on end,
Right.
I probably finished 5 seasons in like 3 months.
Right.
It might have been 4, but like that's a lot of TV for me.
Yeah.
And if I didn't do that, I wouldn't have enjoyed it that much. Like I'd have been like, I don't remember where I'm at. Whatever. I'm just gonna get through it. And I hate that feeling. I never would have finished it. So
I think another like an example of a show that's similar to Breaking Bad but different is like House of Cards, which I think is very good, but it does kind of feel like does not feel very planned out.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like season to season. All right,
seems
what are we
like
gonna do
they do
this
that a
time?
lot.
What are we gonna do this time? Because they like don't. I think partially they just don't know if they're gonna have a season 3. You know,
bad. Write it anyway.
yeah,
You know, Mindhunter, they're like, hey, we're not to spoil anything. Like, we're going to introduce BTK at the beginning of season 2. You're going to see before the title screen, like, you know, whatever. We're going to show you this video, this weird dude.
yeah,
And they show it in, like, every couple episodes, they show a video of him doing something weird. But it's, like, maybe 10 to 12 second scenes. You're like, what is going on?
yeah,
Sometimes they're a minute, whatever. They're short. And then in the last episode, you see, I think he, like, writes a note or something. It's like, BTK. Season's done.
Who likes BTK?
He's a serial killer. So they introduce him
Yeah.
like, very slowly throughout, knowing, well, if we don't get season 3, like Netflix, you know, put it on a hiatus. Who knows if he'll ever come back?
Yeah,
David Fincher said like last year that he's working with Netflix on something new. So we all kind of speculated, but honestly, it's never really going to happen. So I think all shows should be playing as if you're getting another season. Because is anyone that mad that, you know, it ruined season 2? No, it was 10 seconds at a time. You had a plan for the next season. So.
right. Yeah, it's interesting, like what people will do because they're not sure, you know, if they'll have a season or things like that, you know, which I think are.
I do hate when they get new writers and you can just tell.
Yeah, or when Netflix buys a show and it is trash.
Like Arrested Development.
Arrested Development.
That's such a good
Even,
show until Netflix bought it.
What's it called? What's that one show? Designated Survivor. Was pretty decent for the first 2 seasons.
I watched 2.
And then Netflix took over and it was trash.
Yeah.
You know.
Community actually got a few different writers.
Well, that was interesting. Community,
but it wasn't as noticeable.
No.
Like if I wasn't told when they switched, I never would have.
Yeah.
Known. But
they had like I think 3 guys, like the original creator, then he got fired.
yeah.
And they had like other one, and like Yahoo Video took it over in the end. So it's like this weird.
But didn't they bring him back for the last season?
I think Yahoo Video brought him back. It was just this
It was
weird sort
wild.
of.
It seemed like a media mess.
The only reason you can tell is because one of the characters, I won't ruin it, but leaves. You know, and so it's
Yeah.
noticeable without that person. But yeah, good show, great show. Community, Breaking Bad, House of Cards. Yeah, I think like you're saying, the shows that plan do a lot better.
Yeah.
But also sometimes I think it messes it up because I think How I Met Your Mother. And if I'm gonna spoil the ending. You guys should all know by now if this came out years ago.
Yeah.
So like the ending, they have. So the whole show is about the main guy Ted trying to find his wife, right? Or is he telling the premise is he's telling his kids about how like the whole story up to when he met their mom, right? How I Met Your Mother. So it's this whole thing, whatever. It's all these stories just about him when he's younger and stuff. It's great. And like in the 9th season, he finally like meets his wife, and like marries her. All these things. And then in like the last 3 episodes, he's like married to her. Then she dies, and then her like it's just this weird sort of like super rush, and then he ends up getting with this girl Robin, who the entire 9th season was about. Like there's literally 10 episodes in a row about her marrying somebody else. It's just this weird, really weird, and the ending is he's like, all right, you're right, I'm gonna get Robin instead. And my theory is that the writers had this planned out from the beginning. I think they just had like a rough outline of the show of like, here's like Ted will end up with this person will end up with this, like kind of that idea. And they filmed scenes like with those original kids a couple times as like Ted talking to them and them talking back and stuff. So obviously that had to be filmed at the very beginning and planned out.
Yeah.
Because they would have gotten old, visibly gotten older, but they never did like throughout the show. So you could tell like, all right, this was all shot first. So my thought is that they had that original ending, and when they wrote the show like episode to episode, like following their general story arc.
Yeah.
They didn't realize that they were like writing these characters in a way that like Robin and Ted would not really be a great fit,
Right.
better friends, and that all this build up. I think they like chose an ending that they had to stick with, and they didn't have any choice but to do it because they already kind of had that planned out, you know.
Yeah.
So I think it's just interesting that like sometimes, you know, you kind of get cursed by your own writing, or like how good, like you just didn't expect them to be a certain way, and then you're writing like, oh shoot, I gotta change certain things about it and stuff. Well, even you look at our show, right? I feel like kind of how the original sort of story arc changed as we actually did the show, right? And saw actors in roles and how characters were reacting to things, and the focus of the show shifted from the original sort of vibe. So I think it's just interesting that you never kind of know sometimes until you're in production.
Yeah, it is kind of wild.
How your show's going to end up.
And it would be hard to plan like 10 years into the future
Right.
where you're taking a show.
Without writing like every single episode or anything. Do you prefer TV shows or movies?
I go through phases, I think.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I just, and it also includes like a video game phase where I'm like, I just want to play my game.
Yeah.
And then I'll play for like an hour or whatever. But in the general scheme of things, typically movies, I think.
I think honestly, I love movies, but I like TV shows just because I like that I can spend more time in the world, you know?
It depends. Because some things I'm so, like Mindhunter, I'm so happy it was a TV show. I wish it was longer.
Yeah.
But like I also feel so accomplished after watching a movie. It's the same way like some books I like to read. I start them just ready to finish it.
Yeah.
Because I feel good about it. I'm like, hey, I finished a book.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. Did I get anything from it? Probably not.
Yeah.
So it depends. Sometimes you just want to read because it's a great book.
Right.
Sometimes you just want to finish it because you feel accomplished.
Yeah.
So
Well, I
that's how I
definitely
am
think
with.
some things should be a movie.
Oh yeah.
And some things should be or can be a TV show, you know. I think nowadays too, there's more TV shows than ever, you know, because of the world. I think the numbers probably show that people watch more TV shows, and you can make more money off one probably, or for cheaper. I don't know. I feel like you could probably. It's not the same old how it used to be, where it would just be on like cable TV, and you had to hope your fans would catch it on the Thursday at 7. You know.
Yeah, my dad would record Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. on
Right.
Tuesday nights at 9.
Classic. So
What
it's kind
a
of
great show for like one season when I was alive.
Yeah, it was weird.
And
I
then it was
watched some of
terrible.
it. Well, I feel like all the Marvel TV shows nowadays too are not that great.
I haven't watched any of them.
haven't
I never
really
watched
either.
like. There's a million shows I haven't watched. They're probably good. I won't watch
Yeah.
like The Mandalorian.
Okay.
Any of like the.
Hold up.
What?
Mandalorian's pretty good.
Yeah, it probably is. I'm just not gonna watch it. Same with the Marvel stuff.
Yes. Yeah. Honestly, though, everything Marvel these days isn't that.
Yeah, I just don't care.
After the Avengers, who cares?
I did watch.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, Marvel. Sponsor this,
No,
by the
don't
way.
be-
No, sponsor. We want your sponsorship.
Okay.
We want your millions of dollars.
Next time we'll say that we love all of your movies.
We will, because you have a lot of power.
Even Captain Marvel.
Even Captain Marvel. It was the greatest movie ever.
That'll be a lot of money though. Take that back.
Yeah, that would be $2 million. So, sorry, guys. We each need to buy a house with the money we
Honestly,
get from that.
if you give me $2, I'll say it's a good movie.
You give me 50 cents. It's a great, best movie I've ever seen. I'm easily bought. Yeah. I think I like TV shows. I think because I like Ted Lasso. I'm so glad it's a TV show and I can watch. I can consume it more and just be in that world more. I'm gonna enjoy it more. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
But then you also see things like Harry Potter is coming out with a TV show,
Is it?
and Percy Jackson as well. It's kind of like, you know,
I also think on that line they'll like leave things alone. If they started as a TV show, it'd be a little better. If you're gonna make 8 movies and be like, now it's time for a TV show.
Yeah.
You just want money.
Oh, I think what they're. I don't even know if they're actually. I don't think it's like just the books retold. I want to say it's just like characters in that world. It's yeah.
So it's like the new Star Wars trilogy that was Dog Water.
But yeah, I guess I guess you're right.
Or like
I mean,
the
I don't know.
Equalizer TV show.
I'll watch it and see what happens. But Percy Jackson I think is gonna be really good because the movies are really like the two movies that are really bad, so it kind of needs it.
Yeah.
You know, and they're doing it with like young actors who can kind of grow with the show if it continues. You know.
You know what's terrible? The Equalizer TV show.
Never watched it.
I haven't either.
Punisher, don't you mean?
I just, yeah. No, that was a good show. But the
No
Equalizer,
trash.
first 2 movies are fantastic. I enjoyed
Yeah.
them a lot. And they're like, hey, let's make a TV show because we don't have anything original to say
Yeah.
or do. And then they made a 3rd movie after the TV show, which seems kind of weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just dumb. So let's make a John Wick TV show. 4 movies? Not enough.
Well, John Wick is interesting because they just didn't. I feel there's no story in those, right? The whole point. I've heard the director say it's like the whole point is just be like an action movie. You know what I mean?
Pretty
and
much.
It's like the
And
coolest
it's
action
the
movie
most
we can
cliche
make.
action movie ever.
Yeah.
But it's super well done.
Well, I think
Same
that's
with
the
the
cool part.
Equalizer. The
Yeah.
Equalizer, the story is like, hey, this pimp is like beating up a prostitute, so
Yeah.
Denzel Washington's gonna save the day. Is it the coolest action movie you've ever seen? Yes, it is.
Right.
Because it's so good. Is there anything original about it? No.
No.
The second one a little more, but
Yeah.
the third one I absolutely will go watch. But yeah, sometimes you just need a cliche action movie though.
I agree. Action movies are cool. I'd love to make one.
That'd be fun. Sword fight.
Dude, we could. We could if our group would let me beat them up.
Can you imagine how like subpar an action movie would be if we made one though?
What? No.
What effects do we have?
No,
Are we
no,
gonna,
no, no.
like-
Listen. I feel like our fighting ability is not that bad. Like the few
Okay.
action scenes we've had
That's
have
fair.
not been trash.
But if we did an entire like,
No, like doing like gunshots and stuff, it'd be a little rough.
it
But
would look like saving the world.
do what you can do. Do what you can do, Drew. Do what you can do. The effects of Saving the World are the greatest effects ever. Saving the World is a movie my brother now, who's like professional, he was a professional filmmaker almost, made when he was like 12.
It's good.
It's-
It's good. It's so good.
It's high cinema, but it was an action movie.
It's actually about how well we do right now, though. You know.
No, dude, I think when you make an action movie, it does not mean you have to go. All right, we have to have gunshots.
We have to have explosions.
We have to have a cannon blast through the wall. No, dude, you do what you can do. You know. You'd be surprised, Drew. I could animate like a
All right.
boss.
I'll choreograph some fighting.
Okay.
And you can.
Dude, we'll just do a
animate
day
the
on
monster.
the day in the life for you. We'll
Yep.
document it.
Yep. You just go be a drunk guy and I'll fist fight you.
You heard it here first.
Pow.
Yeah, it's interesting. TV shows are fun to make. I
Yeah.
think. I don't know. I wonder what that would be
I
like.
think it'd be more fun to be on a set for a TV show than a
Yeah,
movie.
because it's like returning.
Yeah, and like it
I
just
don't know.
seems less. I don't know.
Well, I think also movies are hard. You can have like every second counts. I feel like in a movie, like
Yeah.
similar for TV show, but I think in like a TV show you could have like a 5-minute scene of just characters doing just joking around, like just kind of being dumb, you know.
Yeah.
Where like in a movie they like the thought that you're supposed to do is that like every scene should move the story along in some
Sure.
way, and if it doesn't, you should cut it.
Yeah.
Because you're very limited. Like you have like 2.5 hours max, and if you push after like further than that, it's gonna be kind of rough, you know. So I think movies are interesting because like everything is really like they
And
think about it a lot, you know.
You can't criticize movies a lot harder than like, what was the point of that? That's a
Yeah.
question I ask all the time. We're watching. I'm like, what?
Yeah, why do they do
Why
that?
did? Yeah. And I tend to criticize movies a lot more than TV shows.
Yeah, because like, generally TV show's good. They had a few bad scenes, but a few bad scenes in movies half the movie, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, there was some like the one episode of Breaking Bad where he's just trying to kill a fly.
Yeah, what the heck was that?
Yeah, that was a full hour of
That
him
was
just
the
killing
worst.
a fly.
I remember watching. I was
If
like,
I
was like,
walked into a movie theater and I watched 44 minutes of someone trying to kill a fly, I
That's so
would have been
true.
so mad.
That's so
and
true.
That's still known as one of the best shows ever.
why did they do
It
that?
was
It does not
such
make-
a
it was
pointless
such-
waste of time. Can you imagine waiting like week to week for this show to come out? Like it's Tuesday night. I can't wait for the new episode of Breaking Bad. And he just killed a fly for 45 minutes.
I feel like it was just like,
And-
yo, they ordered like 13 episodes. We only have 12 episodes. All right, Walter, as a flyer, you and what's his name, just go and mess around for a little bit.
I want to go see like what the IMDb rating is on that episode. You should look it
What's
up.
that called? Do you think?
Um,
Okay.
just look up Walt killing fly
Breaking
episode.
Bad, Walt killing fly.
It's got to be like a 9.
Killing fly episode. It is episode 3, season 10. No, episode 3. No, season 3, episode 10.
You got it.
Breaking Bad, season 3, episode 10.
IMDb.
7.9 out of 10. Let me see some of these reviews. 39,000 ratings. It's called Fly. That's the episode's name.
Just for that, give him 10 out of 10. At least you know.
Yeah.
Because if you start that episode, you're re-binging the show, you can just skip right over that.
Yeah, so this is not important. There's a 14,000 10 ratings. Where's the review? I want to see user reviews. I can't believe Fly is one of the lowest rated episodes of Breaking Bad. I recently watched one and want to review it. It's hilarious. Has amazing camera shots.
It did have some really good shots in it for no reason.
On second viewing, much better.
We didn't watch it twice. That's why.
I don't care if it contains spoilers. Okay, I can't read this review. It won't let me. A very bizarre episode. This is the 10th episode of third season of Breaking Bad. While seen as a filler episode, it's very bizarre and very interesting. I thought it was going to be boring, but then the famed Fly came into play.
Okay.
It was trash. I'm sorry.
It wasn't good. It did not deserve it.
I'm sorry, guys. Wait, what's his buddy's name? Walter's buddy, who he cooks
Jesse?
meth with. Jesse, we need to cook meth. We need to cook meth, Jesse. That's what he sounds like too. Jesse, they're coming for you.
Pretty good.
If you guys have seen, this is our impression part of the episode. If you've seen Ted Lasso, you'll. This is Roy Kent. Oi, Keely! Oi! I got some football players! Oi, Keely! That's exactly what he sounds like.
Can you do Jason Sudeikis?
What does he even sound like?
I have no idea.
I can't even think of what it sounds like. Wait. Let me pull up a Roy Kent video here and see if that sounds. Roy Kent.
Who's he? Let me see him. Oh, him.
No, this guy. No, that guy. At 4 a.m. Wait, I want to see him yelling. I want to see Roy Kent yelling. You'll like this, Drew. This is funny. No.
It's the most chaotic thing in the world.
What is?
Our podcast.
Dude,
All the time.
AI is going to get a kick out of this one editing. Alright, anyways. Yeah. So, Andrew, what's your best impression?
Oh, I don't have impressions.
That impressed me.
So what fundamentally makes a good show?
What do you think? Go to writing.
Okay, how so? Like what?
I think what fundamentally makes a good show is being planned.
Mm-hmm.
And so like the overarching story is thought out. It's not just like
Right.
I'm watching a show Superstore right now, kind of like on and off. It's just mid. You know, there's
Oh,
like
yeah.
really
It's
there's really no
like-
you know.
I think Friends is one step above that. And
Right.
It's like the definition of average.
Right, those shows they just don't really have a lot of like
Yeah.
things going on for them. You know, they're fun. They're just like filler shows to watch, but they don't have any like
If you're doing homework, put it on.
right. There's no just like so like yeah, shows that are, even like because even comedy shows can be thought out and well done. You know, so I think shows that are like the writers sit down and they have like a plan, even if it's only for 3 seasons and they end up doing 5 seasons, they at least have their story arc in which they realize this is going well. They can kind of connect to another thing. So I think having like a plan in the beginning is really, I think, good. And kind of having that thought out, even if it is like a general like the characters are going to go through these different things. The show's about this and this. Here's our general plot lines and things we need to do, and then you break down like episode by episode and go from there. It's just having something to follow. I think is really, you can tell it when you're watching. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, I think investing in characters means a lot.
Especially, I think you have the opportunity to invest in the characters more in a show than you do in TV because you can spend a whole episode on a character you wouldn't maybe see like on a movie,
Right.
You know, as much. You can spend a whole episode like about their life and their background and why they're doing their certain things, you know.
Yeah.
Which I think is fun. It's cool to kind of have that flexibility. So you have, like, depending on the show, like maybe a more like drama show or something, you have like a whole hour of time
Right.
to like decide what you want to do, and you know, or a whole like extra hour each of like let's say it's a 7, even if it's something small like a 7 episode season. You know, you have that's 7 hours, right? That in a movie it's 2.5.
Yeah.
So you can condense, you can like just spread the story out and add and things you just don't have the opportunity to, which I think is neat. When it's evident when they do that, it's evident when they don't. You know, develop
For sure.
their characters.
Did you ever watch? Shoot, I can't think of the name of it. Well, I really feel, yeah. Well, time's up.
What was it about?
It's like, well, shoot. I'll just move on. Did you ever watch The End of the World?
Some of it. I watched the first.
It's a weird show.
It's weird, but it's kind of good too.
It
You know?
was so good. I watched it like 3 times.
I haven't seen it. I've watched the
weird.
first couple episodes and never.
It's definitely worth finishing. It's like 7 episodes.
Yeah,
Not really
yeah.
long.
It was
Or
definitely cool.
It might be longer, but they're short episodes. I don't remember. But weird show. That kid was in something now. I can't remember what it was. Yeah. Anyway.
But also, like that's interesting because I feel like that show is very good, but it probably could have gone either way. It probably could have been a movie too. You know,
Yeah.
instead of a show. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I think some TV
I
shows.
think the market was for TV though. You know.
Yeah.
The people who watched it are probably like
That's
TV
true.
show people.
Yeah, that's
And I
true.
think they
Well-
played that cards well because the movie, like, imagine that going to Barbie,
Right.
Oppenheimer. Oh, this movie.
It
No.
wouldn't. That's
No.
true. That's true.
It's
Because
just
so many
to
movies
pay
like
to
that.
watch it. I don't think people would have. It didn't have a like fantastic market
Right.
before it came out.
Right.
Like, it just kind of was like, oh, that's there, and then it was like, oh, this is good.
Right.
So I would have had no like desire to watch it in theaters
Yeah.
until I saw it. But yeah, definitely like in hindsight could have been like a Netflix movie or something. But I think they played their cards
Yeah.
right.
Well, a show I like too. It's just called Love. It's on Netflix. It's like 3 seasons. It's very good because it's like kind of that. It's definitely more serious than it's not really a comedy, but it's like just has a lot of like it's just very good and like realistic like relationships and the characters are interesting. The music is really good. That's another thing I love about some TV shows like How I Met Your Mother, Ted Lasso,
Lasso is
and that show.
fantastic.
They have a great soundtrack, and it's not like I don't know. That's one thing I like about TV shows is it's not necessarily the same. Like in movies, I think you just don't really see like pop songs ever. You know what I mean? Or like
Yeah.
music that's more modern. You see like or with lyrics in them. You know.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. I love that about TV shows. There's so much music that's like
It's wild how many times I'll look up songs from a TV show.
I'll
I've never
Shazam
heard-
music all the time when I'm watching like a TV show.
Panic is a very good TV show.
Yeah.
Like it's based on a book, but it was really good. Like these kids just set up these pretty much like a dares to do in high school and stuff, but you win like a bunch of money for it.
Yeah.
And they're like super dangerous and blah blah blah. But it's interesting. It's very much like a young adult like
Right.
fiction book.
Right.
But it was a well done TV show. And who's the guy from The Shining? Jack Nicholson. His son actually is in it, and I watched the show and I was like, "Why does this guy look familiar?" Because I feel like everyone knows Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
It's like I'm like, "Why does he look familiar?" Oh, it's his son. So
Interesting.
weird fact.
Cool. I mean, we're like 43 in, so we can call it good if you're. Anything
Sounds
else?
good.
Any
No.
final remarks?
Go watch our shows.
Go watch them. All the shows we suggested.
Yep, all of them.
Yeah, we'll catch you guys next week. Please leave a comment of a topic you want us to talk about because we're always spending like 20 minutes trying to come up with something to talk about, which isn't very long if you think about it. But please,
But
topics.
if we spend 20 minutes to figure out what to talk about for 40,
Yeah.
we're spending a lot of
yeah.
time.
So yeah, let us know if you guys have anything you want us to talk about. We'd love to. I mean, maybe we could research something.
Yeah,
Actually-
actually do our job.
Yeah, actually do what
Yeah.
we said we would do when we
But-
started off.
I'm done with school. So
That's
I
true.
should
And I'm graduated.
have more time.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll catch you next time.
Bye.
Peace.